Hey, it's Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of People of Distinction, the talk that gives an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, peopleofdistinction.org for more info, or you can always email me directly at benji@alcoleenterprises.com. And on the line with us today, we have Yu-Shiaw Chen, Ph.D. And we're going to be discussing her amazing book, Plant-Based Whole Food Recipes, Healthy Homemade Meals Made Easy. And it's available for purchase through Amazon as well as barnesandnoble.com. But people, listen, if you want to gather everything that Yu-Shiaw has in store, you can do no better than heading directly to her personal site. And that's linutrition.com. There you'll find more information on Yu-Shiaw herself, more information on this fantastic book, as well as find the hyperlink set up to take you to the purchasing page. So one more time, that's linutrition.com. And I will say, Yu-Shiaw was brought to our network, People of Distinction, today by some of the best publishers in the business, Author Reputation Press. So if you or anyone you know have a book that they'd like moved, people, give yourself the best gift you can give. Contact ARP and have their wonderful team move it for you. You can find out more information on them at authorreputationpress.com. Head on over there today and have their team take your literary creation to the next level. And listen, it is an absolute pleasure to have Yu-Shiaw here on the line. Now, right there in the title, well, you have an idea of what we're discussing today, okay? And when you go to her Amazon, Barnes & Noble, linutrition.com, you start to do any research on it, all of that is going to be solidified. Now, at first glance, you're going to look at this and you're going to say, it's a cookbook. Well, let me tell you, people, it is so much larger than that, okay? Yes, it is a cookbook at the heart of it. But people, this is a movement, okay? Because it is so much bigger than just cooking meals. It is about changing a lifestyle, okay? It is about elongating that lifestyle and doing it in a healthy way. And I'm here for it, okay? I love it. This is something right up my alley. And this is something that, let's call a spade a spade. Speaking from my own experience, I'm not as young as I once was, okay? And who else amongst us can relate? Now, I remember when I was in my teens and even in my 20s, I could go and I could eat junk food. I could eat fast food. I could put whatever I wanted in my system and it didn't even matter. It was like it would just roll right off of me, right? I wouldn't gain weight. It was amazing. And then sometime about my mid-30s and progressively moving forward from that point, my metabolism started to shift. My body started to change, right? Where I was randomly just getting aches and pains out of nowhere. Listen, I've always been a very healthy and athletic person, right? So I've always been involved in, leading a healthy lifestyle with exercise and sports and whatever the case may be. But as I've gotten older, I've started to place a much bigger emphasis on cooking my own meals at home, A, to save a lot of money, but also B, recognizing that what I was putting into my body ultimately was going to have a very big effect on how I was going to be operating. Right? It's kind of like we're machines. And if you don't put the right oil into the machine, it's not going to operate. It's not going to operate in the correct manner. And I love what Yu-Shiaw has brought to the table today because, people, I'm telling you, this book is a lifestyle change. This book is a movement. It's so much larger than just a cookbook, but that it is. And at the end of the day, Yu-Shiaw is the expert. She's written it, she's done the research, and she's going to be able to articulate it much better than I ever could. So let's bring her here on the line with us. Yu-Shiaw, first and foremost, welcome to People of Distinction. Thank you very much for being a guest. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much. Thank you for the audience to spare the time to listen to me. And thank you especially Author Reputation Press to recommend my book. Really, really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yu-Shiaw, listen, you're too kind, okay? We are absolutely honored to have you here, and you had to lay the foundation, right? I know you're thanking me, you're thanking my audience, you're thanking Author Reputation Press, and all of those things are absolutely correct. But at the end of the day, Yu-Shiaw, you had to write the book, and you had to lay the foundation for all of us now to build off of. So thank you for the work that you put forth. And let's just talk about it, okay? Let's celebrate the work that you've done. Now, before we go into your book, I think it's important to learn a little bit more about your background. So, Yu-Shiaw, let's start there. Please tell our listening audience a little bit more about yourself.
Okay. My name is Yu-Shiaw Chen. My background training is in science. I have a Ph.D. degree in biochemistry from Mount Sinai School of Medicine in New York City. After being research scientist for a while, I realized the impact of nutrition has a great deal to our health. I switched the gears towards nutrition and get myself educated to become a certified nutritionist. Then I became a nutritional counselor, and I am an educator, and I have been teaching nutrition for the past 2 decades.
Wow.
And I have been teaching since then. My first book is Healthy Eating, Wholesome Living, published 11 years ago in 2011. That's my first book.
Mm-hmm.
And now you are talking about my second book. It's the recipe book, Plant-Based Whole Food Recipes, Healthy Homemade Meal Made Easy.
People, you know what I took from all of that? This is what she knows. I mean, she eats, sleeps, and breathes this stuff. And her background, it's all coming from a knowledgeable place, okay? So you know when you pick up this book, this is not a fly-by-night thing, okay? She's been at this for decades now. And I love that, right? Because then you really know that these are things that are tried and true. I love that. Yu-Shiaw, without further ado, let's jump right in. Plant-based whole food recipes. Healthy homemade meals made easy. Tell us a little bit more about your book.
The book teaches people about healthy food preparation. The whole concept is to tell people, because people, I have to prepare a meal, sounds like a hard job. But I tell you, it's not as hard as you think. You can eat healthy, you can save time, save money, and the best of all, save your own health, because when you prepare your own meal, you have total control on what you put into your mouth. And this book is a full-color recipe and gives you all these healthy ideas, 70+ healthy meal ideas. So you can pick whichever, flip the page, which color appear to you, and you can start. It's easy to prepare.
There you have it. Yu-Shiaw, let's start at home base here. For people listening in right now that maybe is new to the nutritional world, I don't think it was a mistake that you are specifically focusing on plant-based whole food recipes, right? So let's start there. When we're talking about plant-based food and gluten-free options and vegan options, why is it important to switch to that dietary habit?
Okay, you're talking about plant-based. Plant-based diet means you don't use animal food, like a chicken, pork, fish. It's not in the book, okay? Why do we even go for that plant-based? Well, the reason is, number one, is for the awareness of our environment, okay? When you are going plant-based diet, you protect our environment so we can live, we can have a healthy environment to live in, okay? We can have our good oxygen and sunlight and all that. That's for the awareness to do plant-based. It's environment awareness. Number two reason is the desire of healthy living. Everybody knows this is a new trend. If you want to live healthy, you want to stay on plant-based. That's much healthier for your body. So that's the two reasons to do the plant-based.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, Yu-Shiaw, listen, I think I can assume the answer to this next question. But you know what happens when you assume.
Okay.
So I'm not going to do that to you. I have you here on the line. I think I'm going to go right to the source. I know your background probably has played a tremendous part in the information that you've infused into the book. But in addition to your personal experience and your career, what type of research did you do in preparation for the book?
Research, everybody can do a research in there too. And my book, of course, it's all my background. It's from my meal preparation. Basically, the book is from my lifetime meal preparation. I have been preparing food preparation since I was 8 years old. So meal preparation becomes second nature to me. It's not too hard. I can make the meal preparation so easy to do.
People, again, we're here on the line with Yu-Shiaw Chen, Ph.D. We're discussing her amazing book, Plant-Based Whole Food Recipes, Healthy Homemade Meals Made Easy. It's available for purchase through Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, or directly through her personal site, linutrition.com. You know, Yu-Shiaw, next question that I'd love to go into, and really a curiosity for myself, but what would you say was a highlight for you in writing the book? Or if not a highlight, maybe something that surprised you that you weren't anticipating before you began?
Oh, you can say the highlight of the book. Okay. The first, when I begin, the book is written for health-conscious people. Number one, health-conscious people. Number two, people who are too busy to make a healthy meal, healthy homemade meal. So I start writing my book. But then there's more to it for this book. The book is great for people trying to lose weight, trying to get rid of aches and pains or fatigue, or people fighting for their disorders like diabetes, heart disease, or cancer can benefit from this recipe book. Can you imagine that? It's actually very crucial. It's protecting your health. If your body, let's say you don't care what you eat, but your body all of a sudden say, oh, I have these aches and pains, and I am a nutritionist. People calling me, hey, why do I have these aches and pains? Then I said, let's sit down, just go down to the foundation, what you've been eating. So this book, this recipe book is also geared to help people to get rid of their aches and pains and fatigue and help them fight for disorders.
Out of all of the recipes that are in the book, and I know that there are a number of them, do you have a favorite?
The favorite recipe, hey, I actually, what my favorite recipe, not a particular one. My book has 5 chapters. My favorite happened to be on the first chapter. What's the first chapter all about? First chapter is all about fresh, healthy, okay, raw food, okay? Do you eat raw food, fresh, uncooked? They are the best part because they provide you with the complete nutrition, and there's enzyme that you are lacking. Enzymes are workers in your body, help you patch the damage, fix the problem. So my favorite is on the first chapter, raw food.
There you have it. Listen, as we start to close out of this wonderful interview here, Yu-Shiaw, we know about this book. We know about your past. Well, I'm focusing now on the future. Please tell me there's another book on the horizon. Yu-Shiaw, what's upcoming for you?
That's my secret. Okay, since you ask, I would say my lifetime time looking at in my environment is general public. People are suffering great deal. Like what I mentioned, the aches and pains, disorders and diseases, and I have whole sympathy for them. And I keep on thinking, how do I help them out? So from the lifetime observation on people's suffering from poor health, I come out, design a whole program, a whole nutrition program called Healthy Way for Life. This nutrition program consists of 12 chapters. Like you only do one thing at a time, take one step at a time so you don't feel like intimidated. And following that step by step, now I feel so much better. So that's the book. I am just start to think about maybe I will go for that one. What do you think?
Absolutely. Listen, people, I'm telling you, I started off this interview by saying this is a movement, right? Because it's so much bigger than just a meal here or a meal there. Once you pick up this book, once you start to do it, and guys, let's just point out the fact that, again, these are quick, easy meals. These are things that you can do, and they will have tremendously beneficial effects on yourself and also your lifestyle. You need to head on over there. I mean, given everything that we have going on right now with this pandemic, in large part that we're still going through in varying degrees, this is wonderfully timed because this is the time to start changing your lifestyle and start living in a much healthier way. It starts with this book, people. I'm telling you, you can do no better than picking up plant-based whole food recipes, healthy homemade meals made easy by Yu-Shiaw Chen, Ph.D. Check it out at Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, or directly through her personal site, linutrition.com today. It's a wonderful book to add to your shelf, an even better gift to add to someone else's. And the holiday season is right around the corner, so go ahead over there, pick it up today, and wrap it for someone else. Yu-Shiaw, this has been an absolute pleasure. Such an honor. I really do mean that. Thank you once again for being a guest on People of Distinction.
Thank you for giving me the chance to talk. I appreciate you, and good luck to you. Thank you.